So as you may have guessed, I have a lot of souvenirs from my time in Ukraine, Iraq, Syria, and the Marine Corps. And I think it'd be a fun video to go and show you guys what I've accumulated. I'm kind of a hoarder now. I've got a lot of shit, but I'm going to show you guys everything I have. Starting with my favorite one that my buddy made me. This is a ring carved out of a Russian soldier's skull. No, I'm just f***ing around. This is a meme, but hopefully that'll get me on Russian state TV. Anyway, first one, scarves. I mean, I've got tons of different scarves. This one's from Iraq. I wore this. My buddy gave it to me. This one I stole from a woman fighter. Look, the Kurds steal a lot of stuff, but yeah. It's a beautiful scarf. I'll actually wear this because it's cold as fuck in my van right now. The propane ran out. I'm going to get propane as soon as I'm done with this. And then this one's from Syria. This one, it was my first one. You've probably seen a lot of videos, especially a couple years ago. It's beautiful. So yeah, scarves. Next one. This one's from Ukraine. So this one is a bag my buddy gave me. He was working north of Kiev in the early start of the war. And yeah, it's a Russian bag. It's caked with shrapnel. There's pieces of shrapnel everywhere, as you can see. I don't know why I have this, but he gave it to me. And it's kind of a cool souvenir. You know, just a Russian, like, looks like waterproof bag. And the next one I got, really cool. Can you guess what this is? All right, you can hear it. Let me unpack it. Oh, it's a gas mask. I got this in Odessa. And I don't know how the hell I got this home. I mean, this one I can imagine, but I got the filter too. It's still usable as far as I know. It's many, many years old. Yeah, I found it in a bomb shelter, like I said. I tried to put this on earlier. I think it's made for a kid. I cannot get that on for the life of me. These were mass produced. You can probably find this on eBay with the canister for like 50 bucks. So it's not worth a whole lot, but whatever. Next one I got is this. I don't want to show you the combination. Let me actually undo that. This is one of my earliest souvenirs. This is all from Syria and Iraq. Yeah, so I had ISIS coins in here before. ISIS actually produced coins, and I had 4 of them. But I all trade them for a bunch of cool stuff around the van. Including also, if I can remember, I met somebody at Airbnb, and he's a coin collector. He's a collector of money and currency. And he gave me, in exchange for an ISIS coin I gave him, he gave me this this coin. And this is from the Kushan Empire, Afghanistan. This is sand from Syria. I was really, really sentimental back in the day. I think I've gotten a little bit more mature. Not really. But I don't really pack sand in a bottle like it's fucking Saving Private Ryan. Alright, I've got stacks of money. This is worth nothing. But back in the day, 500 Syrian pounds could get you like 2.5 shawarma, or 1.5 shawarmas. A shawarma is usually like 300 Syrian pounds. I could get a lot of shawarmas with this, but other than that, exchange rate not so good. My buddy gave me this watch. This is from his dead friend who was killing an RPG blast in Peshmerga. He's not very sentimental. And he was like, hey, you might be able to get this fixed up and actually use it. I never did because I don't think it's fixable. It looks pretty good condition, but now I'm able to go and talk about that guy who was killed, you know, on a YouTube video, which I think is, you know, that's meaningful. And that's the thing about souvenirs. Some of them have like good stories behind them, and some of them have, you know, pretty sad stories. It's just like GoPro footage. I mean, it's GoPro footage and souvenirs are pretty much the same, in my opinion. There's stories behind everything. Now, there's the Eagle, Globe, and Anchor. This is when I became Marine. They handed me this exact same one in my left hand, shook his hand, and that's when I became Marine. And 2 years later, I would get administratively separated. Hell yeah. With only 2 ribbons. I don't know why I've got ribbons. Oh, God. This has destroyed my... I was a good shot. I got rifle expert 2 times. But I was not a good caretaker of my awards, apparently, because this is absolutely destroyed. Alright, looking around, just more money and stuff. Yeah, let's move on to the next. One of the things about my souvenirs, I've got a lot of patches. So at the end of this video, I'm going to show you the patches and put them on the patch wall. Now, this one I think is going to be a little too small to show you on this camera, so I guess I'll bring it up here. This was hanging on one of the door handles on my first combat mission in Ukraine. You know, that famous footage, you know? This is just hanging on a door handle. If there's any Ukrainians in the comments, if you could translate this. Let me get it good with the lighting. I tried to use Google Translate, and it said something about Communist Labor Party, so I think the house we had occupied near Kherson was most likely some sort of communist guy, which is probably why he wasn't there when we went there. And it's funny, because this house was completely bombed out by the time we got there by the communists. I've got this as well. You guys know this, armbands. We wear them in Ukraine. And the different colors happen every month. They change up the colors from yellow, blue, green. And that's usually the 3 that they change out. I've got this bracelet. I'll probably give it to my sister. I've got a couple bracelets. I bought off this gypsy in Odessa. Interesting stuff. Next one, a lot of money. This is all from Ukraine and Iraq. It's not worth a whole lot. And this is a pretty cool one. This is from the Yazidis in Shengal. And I've got this, one of my final days in Shengal. The Yazidis, they have this ritual where you can put this around. They'll bless it. They'll like kiss your hand, and they'll feed you like this old food that's on a wall. It's really complicated stuff. But at the end of it, they'll say a prayer and put one of the bracelets and say a prayer and say, hey, safe travels. That's what they did for me. And it worked. I'm alive. I've had this on for many, many months, about a year now, probably, close to that. And I had one tied against my rifle. And this was blessed by a Yazidi, and he gave it to me so I can give it to my family. Classic. This was probably in Syria. This is a fake 511 hat. It looks kind of nice, to be honest. Oh, and this one's kind of cool. So I was in these Dushka classes in the caves, like literally in the mountainside in Shengal, getting classes on different heavy machine guns. Anyway, I got this drawing of me. This is supposed to be me. From my best friend, Kamal. He's a Kurd out there. And he drew this on me during the Dushka classes because we were really bored. I don't know. I think it's got a thicker beard than what I have. But you know what? The eyelashes are beautiful. He tried his best, and I think, you know, in the 2 minutes he drew this, kind of cool. Kamal is my best friend. It's so annoying that I can't text him. They aren't allowed to have phones. It sucks. This is keys. So on one of the combat missions, it wasn't viewed too much, but it's with the yellow school bus that was destroyed. We were doing a BDA, and we were figuring out what happened to it, and we were trying to find different artifacts and stuff that we could bring back, and we found a phone, you know. But I also found the keys to the car. So that's interesting. I still have them, and I have a lot of other stuff it's in the front of my vehicle that was in the front of that van. And I'll show you guys what I have up there in a little bit, but I'm trying to live on the legacy of that white, or that yellow van, which was carrying the humanitarian goods to wherever it was before it was destroyed by mine or artillery or whatever it was. Some crazy dark stories, to be honest. And speaking of dark, got a lot of pieces of shrapnel. Some of these are from grad, some of these are from like just 152s, but they all hit our base, like pretty close to our base. And when we were doing BDAs and like stopping fires that was causing the forest next to us, picked up some shrapnel. Maybe I am still sentimental. I think I am, because I've got a lot of bullshit. Again, I've got tons of patches. I'm going to be going over this in a little bit here with all the patches, but coins. Oh, got a Ukrainian patch, but we got coins from Ukraine. I think a couple of them are from Iraq, Poland, something like that, but yeah, lots of coins. Maybe I'll use that when I go back to Ukraine. We'll see. And for the Marine Corps, I've got this Rhino mount. I brought it to Ukraine, I brought it to Iraq, never used it. We did not have night vision, surprisingly. It's funny because I thought I was going to have to turn that in when I got back to, when I was leaving the Marine Corps, but they didn't ask for it. It doesn't have serialized, it's not serialized, so they didn't really care. Next up, we have, really, my favorite, Sorokapo, Prime Pose. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful picture. Stole this from a Kurdish cave. You know, I say steal, but the Kurds steal stuff from us. It's whoever wants something like a scarf, you can just take it. That's the sort of ideology of the Kurds out there. So when I say steal, it's not like I'm an asshole. It's just I wanted this and I take it. And nobody would say otherwise. These are just photographs. I had this guy who wanted to take a picture of me when I was smoking shisha in Iraq. The eyes. Yeah. It's funny because this is... I got the shisha right here. And another one from Iraq. I got this little laminated postcard with obviously a PKK flag, okay, and Sorokapo. It says something in Kurdish. It's just like probably a quote from Sorokapo, and you know, when it was founded. And here's a couple of the shaheeds, the martyrs who died for what they believed in. So interesting postcard. I don't know how the hell I got through to the airport with this in my bag, but I did. It's funny, you know, the funniest thing, all of my stuff from Iraq, when I was leaving Iraq, oh my god, and flying out to Ukraine, I get to the airport and I'm with my buddy, and he didn't pack his stuff as well as I did. I'm trying to hide all the little like things in there. He ends up getting caught. They end up finding stuff, and they end up breaking our bags apart like inch by inch, like getting everything out. They found everything. They found my flags. They found this. They found all his stuff. They found like all my patches, which we're gonna get into, which are really dodgy. The cool thing was they didn't care at all. They let us go and travel to our home country or Ukraine or wherever we were going with all this stuff. They were obviously like PUK or supporters of our movements. We said we were just tourists. I don't know. I just found this in the shop. I don't know. But they let us take everything except for my bayonet. I had a Russian bayonet. I still have one in Ukraine. Yeah, there's still a lot of like souvenirs and stuff that I have just strewn apart in different parts of the world. But this one's going to be difficult to use this camera for. But this is a cool story. I found this in Iraq in a bombed out house next to our bakery. So I was picking up food, picking up some naan, and I saw this laying on the ground next to this bombed out house that was used by ISIS, and it was airstrike. And you can see it. It's blown up to shreds. Next up, I've got my favorite coat ever. This saved me so much pain. All right, this was, let me put this on actually. This was a wool coat that I bought for like $8 when I was in Iraq, and when it was snowing and raining and everything. I used it in Ukraine, I used it in Iraq, a sleeping bag. You can just warm up, and God, there's nothing like it. So I think I showed pretty much everything I wanted to. Let's get into what I have around the van, and then also I'm gonna fill up this patch wall. All right, so I'm in front of the patch wall now. We're gonna fill it up with all these different patches I got. First, let's make some room for the new patches. All right, well, I think that's as good as we're gonna get. Let's get started. First one, got this from Ukraine. I don't know, it's just a little, what do you call that, spades? Yeah, spades. If there's any Arabs in the comments, please let me know what this says. It's probably backwards. A lot of these stuff I got handed to, and then a lot of the stuff I had found, and a lot of it I bought at shops. So, yeah, I got tons of them. Ukrainian flags, baby. It's pretty cool. We got this. Probably got it from a bag or something. And we also have a kill patch, right? So, looks like I know I have a couple other patches in there. I'm just not going to get to it at this point, but a kill patch I had from my time in YBS in Iraq. So it's got my name, Rodi America. Really, my name out there was Rodi Zaytun, but yeah, they don't really care about the last name, so they just call me America. And then I've got my blood type, AB positive. I'm pretty sure AB positive is like the best one, right? I can take anything, but I can't give to anybody except for AB positive. Alright, so I've got this really, really destroyed patch, Ukrainian Berkurana Shengal, which is YBS. And I really like the destroyed ones. The new ones, not so cool, like the ones that look really pretty, because you know I didn't wear those around. The ones that are really destroyed, that's what really matters. You know that this patch has been on somebody who is through some shit, you know? We got this as well. I don't know what this is. Again, if there's any Arabs, please let me know what that says. Let's get into the cool patches, though. There's one set of patches I want to show you. Oh, God. All right, so depending on if I put these patches on the patch wall or not, could be arrested or something, because this is the Iranian PMF forces, yeah. If you guys don't know what PMF is, yeah, Iranian group that bombs U.S. forces in Iraq. Look, I found this at a shop. I did not make these. I don't know anybody from this group, but I somehow have their patches because I found them at a shop. Yeah, so I think I'm the only American that has these patches in their possession. I don't know if I should put these on. If there's a police officer who comes in here, they're gonna freak the. I mean, nobody knows. Whatever. We're gonna do it for the video. No, definitely not gonna do that. No, okay. We're gonna set those aside. Not gonna put that up. It's like putting ISIS up or something. YBS patches, 2 of them. I know that some of these patches I'm going to be gifting to my friends and family. You know, just good memories, and let them know, like, this is why I was gone so long. Some more Ukrainian patches, right? We got, classic A5.1.1. It's 511 knockoff. I don't know why they made a patch of it, but they did. Boy. Oh, this one's really cool. Is this a sticker, though? So, when I was going in, well, I was leaving Shengal, one of the guys there actually gave me this. He's probably watching this video right now. Thank you, dude. I'm going to put this up finally. I think I'm supposed to, like, keep this on, and then I can, like, heat it on there or something, maybe with a blow dryer. I'm going to set this aside as well. Excited to put that on, though. This patch, I don't know why, but it's another, like, 511 knockoff. I wore this everywhere. because it just looks so ridiculous. We got some other patches. I don't know what this is. Got it in Ukraine. My buddy gave it to me. Or actually, no, my buddy gave it to me. Oh my God, there are a lot of patches that I used to have, and I don't know where they are at this moment. I have more souvenirs. Forget. Anyway, Kurdistan. I don't know where the hell I got this. Probably Ukraine, right? Just another F.16 1988. It was actually, this one has a story. I was at the tailor, and an Iraqi policeman came by, and they aren't on the best terms with YBS. And he came by and he's like, "Oh my God, you're American!" Like, he was showing me pictures of him with American soldiers. I'm like, "Oh, cool." And then he gave me like 3 sets of uniforms, which had patches and stuff on it. He just gave it to me. He's like, "Hey, take them." Really, really cool. And they're not supposed to support us. They actually had a skirmish with the YBS not too long ago. And everybody out there is nice, you know. Everybody, very, very kind that I met. I don't know what brand this is. Grulin. Cool, I guess. And yeah, that is it for the patches. All right, so I've got some more stuff I'm going to show you around. I guess I'll take the iPad like a soccer mom and just swing it around because I hate my phone's camera. I just hate it. So let's get to it. I'll show you. Excuse the mess, but this is my van. Obviously, I live in a van. I have this. It's a flag that I found. No, I was in the hospital, and at the hospital, and they were handing out some stuff to us, and they handed out a Slava Ukraina flag, and it was cool. And I got it signed by a bunch of my friends. This was one that I had traded an ISIS coin for with my buddy. I knew him in the Marine Corps. He was in my same squad. And we were in Syria at the same time, but I was in YPG, he was in the Marine Corps. And he traded an ISIS coin for the YPG flag. And it's an authentic YPG flag. It's massive. YBS. I brought this on myself, or by myself. I found it in a container near my logistics room in Shengal. And a YJS flag, which is badass. This is the female fighter one. I had folded up on a piece of cardboard with my parents and just hung up here. Also, I think in this blank space right here, I'm going to put the YouTube flag. And as promised, sorry about the microphone quality, I can't really take it with me right now. I've got what I have up here. Now, this was hanging up on the Magic school bus that was destroyed. Because I didn't want, a belt like this just hanging in a destroyed vehicle. It deserves to be living on. So I've got to hang it up in my van now. I've also got this, which I found in the Magic school bus as well. It's like a fake Mercedes, like Ukrainian branded, like little design thing for the van that they were in. And the funny part is, I'm not in a Mercedes. I'm in a Ram ProMaster, so it's a nice reminder. And I think it's good homage to those people who are doing good work, and they just came around the wrong end of artillery or a mine. Who knows? Also, I've got this. This is the one that this was around my rifle, and now I have it hanging up here. And also, my ex from like 4 years ago made this, which is pretty freaking sick. It's metallic. Actually, I carved it out. So, there's a lot of stuff you'll come across in your time. If you go to war, if you go to anywhere. So make sure to bring souvenirs, take a lot of videos. It's worth it. These are really cool things. And especially if you live in a van, I mean, you can make a patch wall. You can put these flags up, put stuff that you love around, It's good memories, reminds you where you came from. Those are my souvenirs. I hope you enjoyed this video. I don't know if it's informative to anybody. I don't know if you guys enjoyed it, but that's pretty much what I got. It's not everything. I know I have other stuff around. Like I got my dress blues. I got a bunch of stuff just everywhere. But this is the main portion of what I have. I hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, that's really it. Talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.